Hey everyone, how's it going? We have a 2023 Mini Cooper in the shop. We're gonna do a light paint correction. We're gonna put a 5-year coating on it, and we're gonna do the wheel faces and the glass. This is the first Mini Cooper I think we've actually put in the shop in the last 3 years, so we're excited to get started. Check it out. All right, so I'm using American Detailer Garage F-Bomb, and that's gonna sort of get a lot of these bug guts and brake dust and some other stuff. It's a pre-soak. I love this. This is a great product. You can get it at AmericanDetailerGarage.com. You can dilute it a million different ways. You can use it in the interior, the exterior, wheels. If you use HHCC 10, you get 10% off. I don't get any money for that. I just try to help people out. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is use American Detailer Garage Fury. It's our pH plus soap. It's gonna also help clean off some of this grime and prepare it for the protective coating. And we're just using a Zero Cuff Mitt here, which is our favorite from Autofiber. And the Zero Cuff Mitt is like a noodle, microfiber noodle. I love it, it's my favorite. All right, then the next thing that I'm doing is I'm using the wheel paw and the barrel blade and getting in these wheels. They got a lot of spokes. We're gonna be ceramic coating it. The barrel blade is great for getting into the barrel. I personally like the wheel paw as well. I think you wanna have both of them. And the wheel paw allows me to kind of grab these spokes a bit. And the American Detailer Garage F-Bomb, it's got a soap base to it, so it's got lubricant. Plus you saw I did a foam cannon already with American Detailer Garage Fury. So we got double the lubrication there, so less chance of scratching wheels, even the gloss black ones. The barrel blade is great for getting into the actual barrel, whereas the wheel paw is a little bit better, I think, for grabbing the spokes. So it's kind of dual purpose. All right, we're gonna just do a little rinse in here, and then we're gonna dry it off with a Dreadnought Max, and then we're gonna get started polishing. Next thing we're gonna use is our favorite drying towel, the Dreadnought Max. This triple layer towel is kind of similar to our Saver applicators in the sense that it has a center section sewn in, which prevents water from as easily soaking all the way through the towel. So I don't usually dry like this, I don't, but I'm just doing this to demonstrate how great this towel dries. And it won't even be wet on the red side, it will only be wet on the black side. That's how absorbent this towel is. Okay, so we dried it off with a Dreadnought, but you know, all the little crevices are harder to get to, so I always use it with either a leaf blower, or we have compressed air, or both. And this is the Ego 765. This thing's just absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna use this to blow out the crevices, and then probably some compressed air, so we can get straight into polishing. What I'm doing here is taping off these vinyl stripes. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, the damage done to vinyl stripes, it's, for the most part, I mean, there's always exceptions, but for the most part, it's pretty permanent. So we don't want to hit the vinyl, or we don't want to hit the vinyl with a polishing pad, and we don't want to hit the plastic. You see I've taped off around the plastic. We don't want to get polish residue stuck in these vinyl stripes or the plastic, so I'm just taping all this off before we get started. It's just part of the prep process, the safest way. And when you don't have to avoid the vinyl stripes as much, it actually speeds up the process, makes you a little bit more efficient. So you spend the time in the initial preparation, and then it saves you time in the long run. Okay, so what we're going to be using here is our Autofiber blue pad and some Sonax Perfect Finish, and we're gonna do a little gloss enhancement polish. I'm just loading up the pad right now. Okay, so what you see me using here to wipe the polish residue off is our Buff Master. I like this, it's nice and smooth, but it also has these tightly stitched lines in it, which makes removing polish really easily. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use our saber applicator. I like to use the thick ones. If you watch our videos, you know I always like to use the thick ones. And we're gonna apply the coating on the vehicle, and then we're gonna use our Korean quad wipe, Korean plush quad wipe to level it. So I'll show you part of that process, and then we'll get this car back to the client. All right, like I said, we're gonna be using our Korean plush quad wipe, and basically it's the same as our regular quad wipe, except for it's a plusher towel, and we like to use this for the longer coatings because they tend to need a higher pile towel, and we're putting a 5-year coating on this car, so we're gonna use this instead of our traditional quad wipe, which is a little bit more of a tighter weave. And then when we notice that one side is getting filled up, we can flip it to the other side. And the benefit too is that I can see what side I'm using. So I can flip this over to side 2. And I know that I can keep track, even though I tend to be a forgetful person, I'll be able to keep track on this. All right, so you saw our process to the exterior detailing and ceramic coating on this 2023 Mini Cooper. Hope you enjoyed the process. Check us out for more videos.